However, amidst the fun and flirting, there was a secret lurking in the shadows, one that Taiwo had kept hidden from Roque. Taiwo never mentioned his twin to Roque, and then, as the air between them crackled with tension, Taiwo led Roque to his bedroom, their hearts racing as they surrendered to the pull of desire. After a few minutes later, while Roque was still in the room, Taiwo used the pretext of needing the restroom to exit the room and swiftly entered the adjacent room in their apartment where Kenny was waiting to swap places. When Taiwo came into Kenny's room, Kenny was already half-dressed waiting for the swap. They quickly exchanged clothes. Kenny entered into the room where Rocky was waiting and continued from where his brother left off. She was completely unaware of the swap that just took place in the other room. Rocky observed something was off, but she couldn't quite put her fingers on it, so the fun continued. This pattern persisted without Rocky's awareness. In the bustling metropolis of Lagos State, amidst the hustle and bustle of city life, there existed a peculiar duo, identical twins brothers named Taiwo and Kenny. They were inseparable since birth. Born mere minutes apart, they shared not only the same physical appearance but also an insatiable passion for all things, their bond stronger than steel, their similarities uncanny to the point of confusion for those around them. Taiwo and Kenny were not your ordinary twins. They have the ability to seamlessly swap identities. Clad in matching attire and armed with mischievous grins, they delighted in the chaos their identical personas caused. But amidst the laughter and confusion, there existed an unwavering loyalty between the brothers. As they navigated the complexities of life together, Taiwo and Kenny found solace in each other's company. Their shared passion and careers in electrical engineering serve as a constant reminder of the bond that united them. But it was their lives outside of work that truly showcased the extent of their mischievous antics. Taiwo and Kenny shared a small apartment in a quiet part of the city. They looked so much alike that people often mistook them for each other. But instead of clarifying, they decided to have some fun with it. Inside their apartment, they cooked up all sorts of pranks and tricks to play on each other and their friends. Sometimes they'd switch places just to see if anyone noticed. They'd laugh and joke about it, enjoying the confusion they caused. The twins had a strong bond and enjoyed sharing experiences together, even if those experiences weren't always the most moral and ethical. Their mischievous behavior extended beyond harmless pranks and into more concerning territory, such as manipulating and deceiving ladies. And because of that, the twins are called Yoruba demons by ladies whose heart they have broken, and sometimes by their friends. Wherever they went, heads turned and whispers followed in their wake. Women couldn't help but be drawn to their aura of confidence and charisma. Clubs, parties, and social gatherings became their playgrounds as they reveled in the attention lavished upon them by admirers. But amidst the sea of adoring faces and fluttering hearts, Taiwo and Kenny shared a common belief. They were too handsome to be tied down by the chains of commitment. Marriage seemed like a distant concept, far removed from their world of excitement and adventure. Their identical tastes extended beyond their looks. They also shared a preference for the same type of women, elegant, vivacious, and captivating. It wasn't uncommon for both brothers to find themselves attracted to the same lady, or at least someone remarkably similar. In the midst of Taiwo and Kenny's carefully constructed world of shared identical personas, there existed a hidden secret. A secret that threatened to unravel the delicate balance they had so meticulously maintained. The twins, Taiwo and Kenny, had always been masters of mischief, their playful antics keeping them entertained for hours on end. Every weekend, Taiwo and Kenny would crash marriage ceremonies, charming bridesmaids and ladies with their witty banter and handsome smiles. Their friends often teased them, saying, The twins are here to find their future wives at every wedding ceremony but will never settle down themselves. Despite the jests, Taiwo and Kenny enjoy the playful pursuit, each ceremony becoming an adventure. They'd laugh off the teasing knowing that they will surely get what they want. However, after countless weekends spent at wedding ceremonies, they grew tired of the routine, seeking something more thrilling and different. But when Kenny, the younger of the two, proposed the idea of opening a dating profile to amplify their mischievous games, it sparked a fire within them that they couldn't resist. With a shared sense of excitement, Taiwo and Kenny set to work, crafting the perfect online persona, one that would lure unsuspecting ladies into their web of charm and allure. They crafted a profile shrouded in mystery and intrigue, purposefully omitting any reference to their twin status. This ensured that they presented themselves as a single individual to the world, using the alias Aaron. As they delved deeper into their virtual playground, Taiwo and Kenny reveled in the thrill of the chase, their inbox overflowing with messages from eager admirers drawn to the enigmatic allure of their online persona. It was a game to them, a harmless pastime fueled by the adrenaline rush of deception and seduction. But little did they know that their seemingly innocent game would soon spiral out of control, leading them down a dangerous path. As they cast their net wider and wider, ensnaring more unsuspecting victims in their web of deceit, they failed to anticipate the consequences of their actions. One day, as Taiwo and Kenny scrolled through one of their online dating profile, their eyes were drawn to the picture of a stunning lady named Ruki Jaja. Intrigued by her beauty, they wasted no time in sending her a friend request, eager to add her to their ever-expanding lists of romantic conquest. To their delight, Ruki accepted their friend request, her curiosity piqued by the handsome and attractive man in the profile picture. They quickly became fast friends as Ruki was captivated by the magnetic and masculine profile picture, finding herself drawn to him in a way she had never experienced before. After few dates with one of the twin, Taiwo, whom identified himself as Aaron, invited Ruki to their home. Smile lightened up her face as she fell into easy conversation with Taiwo, laughter echoing off the walls as they shared stories. However, amidst the fun and flirting, there was a secret lurking in the shadows, one that Taiwo had kept hidden from Ruki. Taiwo never mentioned his twin to Ruki, and then, as the air between them crackled with tension, Taiwo led Ruki to his bedroom, their hearts racing as they surrendered to the pull of desire. After a few minutes later, while Ruki was still in the room, Taiwo used the pretext of needing the restroom to exit the room and swiftly entered the adjacent room in their apartment, where Kenny was waiting to swap places. When Taiwo came into Kenny's room, Kenny was already half-dressed waiting for the swap. They quickly exchanged clothes. Kenny entered into the room where Ruki was waiting and continued from where his brother left off. She was completely unaware of the swap that just took place in the other room. Ruki observed something was off, but she couldn't quite put her fingers on it, so the fun continued. This pattern persisted without Ruki's awareness. Ruki greatly enjoyed Taiwo's company and frequently visited his house, sometimes even staying overnight. Unknowingly to her, behind closed doors, both twins engaged in a clandestine sexual relationship with her without her knowledge. Taiwo had been sharing Ruki with his twin brother in a manner she could never have imagined. She thought she had been involved in a relationship with one man. Never did she know they were two. But secrets have a way of revealing themselves. Ruki began to suspect that there was something more to Taiwo that met the eye. Despite the passage of days turning into weeks, she couldn't shake the feeling that there was another side to him, something he was hiding. One fateful evening, a neighbor named Mr. Eve noticed something unusual that piqued his curiosity. He saw and observed as the twins were exchanging their clothes right at the front of their apartment. Then, to Mr. Eve's amazement, One of the twins who he saw climbing the staircase few seconds ago slipped into the apartment, seamlessly in a different clothes, assuming the identity of the one who had just came out of the apartment. And few moments ago, he had watched Rocky enter the house. His mind raced as he tried to make sense of the situation. Confusion clouded Mr. Eve's thoughts as he struggled to reconcile the reality before him with the events he had witnessed moments earlier. This implies that there was someone in the house whom the twins were keeping their true identities hidden from. This revelation sent shockwaves through his mind. Mr. Eve couldn't bear the weight of the secret alone. The following day, when he encountered Ruke in the compound, he hesitated to recount the events of the previous day. However, by the weekend, he felt compelled to confide in her, as she appeared to be a kind person who always greeted him whenever they crossed paths. Unaware of the bombshell about to be dropped, Rocky said her goodbyes to the twins' house and greeted Mr. Eve as she always did. He then pulled her aside and asked if she knew the twins. Perplexed, she asked which twins he meant. Mr. Eve clarified, referring to Taiwo and Kenny. As he began to elaborate, the truth hit Rocky like a ton of bricks, shattering her previous perceptions. Stunned and bewildered, Rocky returned to the house and confronted Taiwo, whom she knew as Aaron, about his twin brother and the elaborate deception, demanding an explanation. "How could you?" her voice barely above a whisper as she confronted Taiwo with tears streaming down her cheeks. "How could you both do this to me?" Taiwo was taken aback. Shock and shame washed over him as he realized the extent of the deception. He hadn't expected Rocky to uncover the truth. His silence spoke volumes as he grappled with his emotions, unsure of how to explain himself or make amends for his actions. As tensions ran high during their argument, Kenny unexpectedly entered the house, catching Rocky off guard. It was the first time she laid eyes on Taiwo's twin brother Kenny, and the sight left her dumbfounded. Taiwo and Kenny's resemblance was mysterious, and Rocky felt a whirlwind of emotions coursing through her. Shock, confusion, and a hint of betrayal mingled within her as she tried to process the sudden revelation. Everything suddenly made sense. "You both played me," she said. The peculiarities she had noticed in Taiwo's behavior, the slight differences in weight and mannerisms, now made perfect sense. The moments when Taiwo seemed slightly off, when his presence felt subtly different, all fell into place with the knowledge of Kenny's existence. Reflecting on their interactions, Rocky realized how Taiwo and Kenny had carefully orchestrated their charade, swapping identities seamlessly to maintain the illusion of a singular person. The subtle nuances she had brushed off as quirks or coincidences now revealed the intricate dance of deception the twins had performed. But Rocky could not find solace in their apology nor comfort in their remorse. The damage had been done, irreparable and unforgivable, leaving her adrift in a sea of betrayal and heartache. Living in a shared apartment in the same compound, the twins had perfected the art of swapping identities, seamlessly blending their lives together. But now, their secret was out in the open, exposed to the scrutiny of their neighbors. Word of the twins' peculiar behavior quickly spread throughout the street, sparking speculation and gossip among the residents. They couldn't comprehend the wickedness and how such a deception could be maintained for so long. As the weight of betrayal and heartache bore down upon Rocky, her devastation morphed into a searing anger, a fury fueled by the sense of violation and deceit inflicted upon her by Taiwo and Kenny. With a resolve as unyielding as tempered steel, she marched to the nearest police station, her heart heavy but her determination unwavering. Upon arriving at the police station, Rocky recounted the painful truth of her ordeal to the authorities, her words ringing with raw emotion as she detailed the deceit and manipulation perpetrated by the twin brothers. She spared no detail, leaving no stone unturned as she laid bare the extent of their betrayal and the violation of her trust. As the scandal unfolded, Ruki's courage to speak out about Taiwo and Kenny's deceitful actions inspired other young ladies who had been similarly wronged by the twins to come forward. These young women, who had remained silent for too long, found strength in Ruki's voice and decided to join her in unveiling the truth about Taiwo and Kenny. They gathered in the police station, each ready to share her story. The atmosphere was tense but filled with a sense of solidarity and determination. One by one they stepped forward, recounting their experiences with the twins. Taiwo and Kenny, once admired for their charm and wit, were now exposed for their manipulative and harmful behaviors to women. The police, bound by duty and obligation, wasted no time in launching an investigation into Ruke's claims. Armed with the weight of her testimony and the evidence gathered from their inquiries, they swiftly moved to apprehend Taiwo and Kenny, their identities revealed in the harsh light of scrutiny. For Taiwo and Kenny, the realization of their actions came crashing down upon them like a tidal wave, their world crumbling around them as the consequences of their deception came to fruition. They stood before the authorities, their faces etched with guilt and remorse, as they were placed under arrest. As the wheels of justice turned inexorably onward, Taiwo and Kenny found themselves facing the full weight of the law, their once inseparable bond shattered by the consequences of their actions. They were stripped of their freedom, their futures uncertain as they awaited the outcome of their trial. For Ruke, the road to healing was long and arduous, but amidst the wreckage of her shattered dreams, she found solace in the knowledge that justice had been served, that her bravery and determination had not been in vain. Though the wounds inflicted upon her heart may never fully heal, Ruki began to rebuild her life, her strength and resilience guiding her toward a future filled with hope and possibility. This story highlights the destructive impact of deception and the importance of trust and honesty in relationships. Taiwo and Kenny's deceitful actions, driven by a desire for excitement, led to irreparable harm to Ruke, shattering her trust and subjecting her to emotional abuse. Their manipulation and exploitation were wicked, leading to severe legal consequences. However, Ruke's journey towards seeking justice and rebuilding her life showcases resilience and the possibility of healing, demonstrating that justice can prevail and wounds can heal with time and perseverance. The end.